like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
You just knew that they was being influenced by the wrong people. So why is we acting like we just can't comprehend how carbonation and its influence shape people to become something and do something that they wouldn't otherwise have done or became? Come on, man. God, dog. Man, who care about how they head look, man? I'm telling you, man, y'all, listen, man, this is what God told me. Y'all believe God talk to y'all when he need to talk to y'all, man. But he told me, man, I could turn this whole thing around. You don't know what's going on. God said, you don't know what's going on. It might look one way, and I'll flip it around another way. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm glad I said that, man. Y'all act like y'all ain't never got around the wrong folks. Or y'all act like y'all ain't never seen nobody you know get around the wrong folks and start acting like something that you know they ain't. So what you seeing in carbonation is that multiplied by 1,000. But it's essentially the same thing. Some of y'all got sons. You know your son is respectable. He nice, well-mannered. All of a sudden, he start hanging around these boys, and now he want to do some stuff that you ain't teach him how to do. And you don't call him stupid or slow. You tell him you need to get away from them little boys. Same thing with your daughter or niece or whatever. Sister. You know she respectable, well-mannered, polite, but she start hanging around these what we call fast-tailed little girls, and she start doing stuff you know she don't typically do. You don't call her slow, and you don't call her stupid. You say you need to get away from them little girls. So what is we talking about here? What you watching in carbonation is that multiplied by 1 million. Come on, Kivana. God, dog, can we forget? God, dog, Kivana is not having it. But think about this, Kivana. Who's more credible, you or Shakes? Because Shakes know Jax personally now. Hold on now. Hold on, Kivana. Shakes, come on, get her now. Get what Shakes at now. Shakes the go. Come defend Jax now. Who's more credible, you or Shakes? Because Shakes know Jax. She know his family. I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just saying we got to look at the credibility here. Jax might got a pass, but don't we all? Don't we all now? Come on now. How many of y'all done did stuff at 18 that you wouldn't do today? Come on now. We gotta, yeah. But you might be right though on the real. I ain't saying you ain't wrong now. I ain't saying you wrong now, cause you might be right. Who knows? Only time gonna tell. I communicate with some past members, but I don't. This how I do it, right? I communicate with the ones that I feel like are mature and can see this thing for what it is. But I ain't got no respect for the ones that pop out and try to be relevant to carbonation by association. And it seems like their motive is attention. You understand what I'm saying? So, and that's why I don't never call their names out. Because in order for me to call your name out would mean that I respect your existence. And I don't. So I don't, people come ask me about other people. You'll never hear me say nobody else's name on here that I don't respect. Because to acknowledge you would mean to signal some form of importance, which you don't have. So I let them folk do what they need to do. But God told me don't worry about them. Because I got a plan for everybody. So let them folk have fun. But just like Nature Boy thought he was untouchable, and he thought he was getting away with something, come on, man. Everybody gonna get theirs in due time. I ain't gotta do nothing. I ain't gotta do nothing. And then, yeah, what's up, Nicole? What's up, man? What y'all got to say to that, man? Juju ain't nothing but 21. God, dog. Lynn, I'm going to tell you about that. That's a good question, right? So, Pete, this. I always revert back to Malcolm. Malcolm said that when he left the Nation of Islam, it was first a physical separation, then it was a psychological separation. And Lisa, I believe Lisa said that we got to remind ourselves that the trial was just a couple of weeks ago, y'all. So it's going to take some time for that to kind of sizzle in. I before I got this message from God, I thought that them cutting their hair was a signal that it was over for them. But God told me, he said, hold on. He said, hold on. Because they need to do these extreme things to keep their mind off of what the real is. So they gotta cut their hair.
I'm almost certain that no one would have thought that carbonation would still be going on strong. They're not just going on strong, they're adding new members. The newest member is Phoenix. He's in the front row in the middle. The second newest is Aja. She's in front of Juju because that's his direct. And then the third, she's not really new, but she's new on the scene, is Avere, Jax's direct. And of course, we have the ladies of Team Too Much. Aya, Afaru, Zoka, and Malia. They are all still pushing 3. They also have quite a few other members scattered all throughout Georgia and beyond. So carbonation is still very much a cult, and they are still being led by their fearless leader, Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Papa John Hot Pocket, aka Chief Administrative Segregation, aka Chief Life in Prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole. He is calling the shots and running the show right from his prison cell.
So they gotta cut their hair and do some wild stuff because it might be settling in. Did you think about that? It might be settling in. So they gotta do these wild things to keep their wild thing. Doom, 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 doom. They gotta do these wild things to keep their mind off of this hard truth that's sitting on them right now. And that's a possibility, Lynn. That's a possibility. That's why I like to stay in the middle. There's a possibility that this could be Charles Manson Part 2. Or there's a possibility that they could be getting ready to get up out of there. God said, you don't know, but enjoy the show. He said, you don't know, enjoy the show. Oh, no, it ain't touched home yet, Lynn. Oh, it ain't hit him yet. It's only been 3 weeks. It's only been 3 weeks, Lynn. Let it sizzle a little bit. You know how when you turn the stove on, it take a while for the pan to heat up? Your pan just don't heat up right then. You put your little oil in there, you put your little grease in there, you put your butter in there. But it take a while. You can take your stove and turn it on high. but the water don't start boiling right then. Dana. Yeah, that's what that's what you gotta tell yourself, Dana, when you trying to keep that truth out. I gotta protect my subconscious. Mean I can't afford for y'all to be having me entertain these thoughts and possibilities that carbonation might be over. Dana, you got it now. See, Dana coming in here with the real. Yeah, got y'all. They trying to close out anything external or common sense. Yes, ma'am. I couldn't have said it no better. So I had to come back and say, man, God said, man, it ain't over yet, man. Just wait and see. But he did say it could be over. Because sometimes you pray to God, you be like, God, please heal my family member, and they die anyway. But unfortunately, God's plan will always trump our plan, and we have to adjust to it and understand that it is always in our best interest, regardless of what it looks like to us. So them cutting their hair may actually be a sign that they done lost hope, and they reaching. They reaching, boy. What you mean, when do I let people up? When they send the invite. The request to join the video is dry. People like the comment section. Cause some of these folk hot nasty. Microwave nasty, dishes in the sink, kids running around everywhere, cigarette lit. Folk don't want to come up, man. The chat allow you discretion to judge carbonation members, but if we seen your background, we be like, you don't need to be watching this no more. You've been watching for 6 years. I see. This explains a lot. The request thing is it look like a little camera with a plus. It's like a camcorder with a plus. Yeah, you don't want to see some of these folk background. Come on, man. Some of these folk backgrounds is a doggone shame. You know, some of these folk, they know they too ugly for TV. So they get to clown everybody in the chat. But, you know, you ugly, you not allowed to joke on nobody. Because people can't get around the fact that you ugly, though. You know, when you ugly, you have to keep the jokes to a minimum. You know, you have to, that's why the chat, you know what I'm saying? That's why the chat is so appealing. Because it allows you to keep your life, you know, private while you get the clown on everybody else. Because, you know, you can't come up here and be talking about, you know, I think Juju and you ugly. And you be like, but you ugly though, so. That you can't get around that. Like, as soon as you pop up on the camera and you ugly, that's it. That's all. People don't even care what you're saying no more. Some of these folk gotta stay in the chat to participate. They know what time it is. Cause you ugly. You get up here on their camera talking about some anybody. Can't nobody get around the fact, oh, but you ugly though, so. You know what I'm saying? Whatever else you was saying, you know, you just ugly. Oh, it depends on what type of device you on. Oh shoot, I'm on the iPhone. We only do iPhone, so if you an Android user, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Somebody say you gotta go out and come back in, but it's a little camera right next to the comment section. It look like a little camcorder. It got a plus sign. Not the people. Oh no, is it the people? That's how I invite you to join. Let me see. I can invite y'all, joker. Some of y'all naked. You know your body toe up. Some of y'all on live right now under the cover. That's just what it is. Shay, you made sure we didn't see that Toyota Corolla. She made sure we didn't see them cloth seats, boy.
I didn't. I can't deal with you, Aaron.
She was like, turn the camera on, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on. Cause you know you riding in the goddamn Toyota Corolla right now.
No, I'm not. You was funny
Blow
as
your
hell.
cover.
Guys, I have great news. Liz's book, The Tribe of Judah Experience, is now available. You can actually order and obtain your copy today. All you have to do is go to Liz's IG profile, which is here right now on the screen. Click on the link in her bio, and it will take you directly to purchase your copy of the book. I have my copy, guys, and I have to say it is a must read, and it's one that you will not be able to put down.
Right now.
No, I'm not. You was funny
Blow
as
your
hell.
cover. You didn't want to get your cover blown.
Yeah, I can't. I can't do that.
All
You
right,
gonna get
go
off?
ahead and defend. Go ahead and defend Jax, man.
No. See, the thing is, like, I don't know. I still kind of live fairly close, and I still like know some of his. Well, I know some of his people, and I just didn't want to like come out like that, because I was trying to have faith in him. I'm
Yeah,
like, he gonna leave. I know he gonna leave. Wait, just give it a couple months and stuff, because like the main video that caught me was when he was like rubbing his feet, Eligio's feet, and I'm like, oh my god, here we go. And it tripped me out because just knowing him and seeing him do something like that, I'm like, what the hell? Like, it tripped me out. So I kind of had a little faith in him that that he'll leave. But I told you one day, and you was like really? But I don't know. It'll be a lot of things in the chat, so maybe you just got sidetracked a little bit.
yeah, but you went from you probably just said I know Jax or whatever, but then all of a sudden you pop up on Lisa like giving the whole 411 like. That's different. Like I'm thinking you might have known of him or something like that, but you giving the whole rundown. I'm like, you just were gonna hold this in until when?
Yeah. So we went to elementary school, and then we went to high school together. And like I sent the video recently to one of our other friends and to my cousin, because my cousin used to have a crush on him.
Uh,
And I was like, look at your boy. And she just sent laughing emojis because she was like, what? But one of my other friends said that she was like, did he get laced with something? She said that he came over her house and was like, men are God or something like that. And she was just shocked. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
yeah.
Like,
But the part that has people in the most disbelief is how do you get to that point? And it's
right.
a lot. It's not just like you wake up one day and you Jax. You don't just wake up one day and be Aya. It's a series of things that occur. And here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I urge people, those who want to be educated, to research the Stanford Prison Experiment. Don't watch the movie. I'm saying go research the actual Stanford Prison Experiment. Philip Zimbardo, the psychologist who ran the experiment, had it scheduled to go for 2 weeks. During the experiment, he had a group of participants. They were college students, all male. He had one group be the guards, and he had the other group be the prisoners in a simulated prison environment. It was supposed to go 2 weeks. He had to shut it down in 6 days because the people began to lose their mind.
Mm.
And I want people to understand the magnitude of that because they knew it was an experiment going into it. They knew, like, it wasn't like they was like, "Hey, man, this is carbonation, and we believe in harmony and peace, but just on the outside. When you get here, it's gonna be a whole nother thing."
Right.
These students were paid. They knew it was an experiment. They knew the guidelines, and in 6 days, they lost their mind. And so I want people to understand that if you can lose your mind in 6 days, what can be done to a person in 2 years?
Mm. A lot.
Look it up. I'm just saying this what carbonation is not something that's foreign. It happens a lot in different forms. One of the greatest significant differences between carbonation is that it was online.
Right. Yeah.
It was online. People have never seen the process of brainwashing occur in real time, but it has been done before. The Chinese have done it. You know what I'm saying? They so there was people, right? I can't remember what war it was, but the Chinese ended up, you ever heard of a prisoner of war before?
No.
Okay, so a prisoner of war, let's say the United States get in a fight with Germany. And if you get behind enemy lines and they catch you, Germany catch you, you become a prisoner of war.
Mm.
And so I can't remember what war it was, but some United States soldiers got caught by the Chinese. And they was there so long that they actually started adopting the philosophy of the Chinese, and they didn't want to come home.
Wow.
They actually was like, no, we gonna stay. We believe in the Chinese communist way now. But eventually they did come home. So this idea of brainwashing and mind control is an old concept, but carbonation presented it in a new way, especially for African Americans, because we assume that cults is almost interchangeable with white people. Just like serial killer. When you hear serial killer, I bet you could probably think, if you had to guess, I bet it's a white man.
Hmm.
But if you ever heard that a black dude was a serial killer, it'd blow your mind.
That's
And it's
crazy.
the same thing that happened with us. Like people like black cult. That don't even go together. But it has been done before. It just has not been online before.
Yeah.
And so that's what makes carbonation vastly different and that much more interesting.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I never knew about a call or anything until I started like getting back connected with him. Like, hey, what's up? How you been? And I kept following him and everything because at first he wasn't there, and so when he did come there, and I just over the years, I started watching World, and they was talking about the cult, and I'm like, what is that? So I looked it up myself, and I started learning about what it was for me,
Yeah.
because I didn't
Yeah.
know nothing about none. Like I wouldn't have never, if I even joined something like that, I wouldn't have knew what it was.
Nah, that's the whole point because a cult doesn't come out and just say, this is what we actually believe. They make sure that they sell you the most beautiful and appealing aspects first, and then you're slowly introduced to the inner core beliefs once you get assimilated into the group.
Oh, okay. And I think like for his family, I feel like because I was gonna ask his sister to come out and speak, but I think for them, I feel like they kind of like they just happy to see him when he do come around, so they don't want to mess that part up.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, because if they and I tell you this, if they did come out and speak, it would probably push him further away because he would take that in the mindset that he's in now. He would consider that an act of like betrayal,
Yeah.
and so I definitely understand why they have not come out and spoken out against him because of the cult belief system, he would then be required to cut them off and not engage with them anymore.
That's so crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, so and that's another dynamic I want to study more because usually on cult documentaries, you just hear from the cult members. You don't too often hear from the family members and what they was going through and what their mindset is and what their mentality is. So I want to look into that more too and see, how they feel about the whole situation because I know it got to be hard.
Yeah, it is. It's hard watching. on the other side, like, dang, what the heck? Like, what did he do to them to make them do this, and this? And especially with like family and friends, because I used to look and be like, oh my God, are you serious? Um, but I did notice, like I was saying on like I was saying on Lisa's panel, I was saying that Eligio knew who to bother and he know who not to bother. He knew that Jax was in like boxing and everything, and I mean not boxing but wrestling, and he knew not to really like do too much to him because he would have whooped his ass.
Well, so here's the thing with that though. Yeah, one on one, yeah. But
Yeah.
the thing about it is that this is why you know Eligio is a hoe, because he made sure to make sure that the men were against each other. Because if Jax would have tried to go one on one with him, he know we would have stepped in and intervened. And he also made sure that there was chaos amongst the men, is because if we would have ever unified, we probably would have killed him.
Wow.
But everybody stayed in this fear of being reported and being jumped if they ever tried to unify or if they tried to attack Eligio on their own. Because I don't care what nobody say. Ain't nobody in here Bruce Lee.
Mhm.
When you are up against 6, 7 dudes, you you ain't confident that you gonna come out of that situation. I
Right.
don't care who you are. You start thinking twice when it's 6 people.
Mm.
So even though Jax might have been a, you know what I'm saying, a college wrestler, ain't no amount of wrestlers in the world
Right. Going. Yeah.
gonna have you beat 6, 7 folks. Ain't no my listen. It just but that was I think that as he realized he had that type of control in place, he began to become more and more confident in what he could and couldn't do. But when you look at it historically, I personally think that inevitably Eligio Bishop was going to get hurt seriously or killed, because that's what happens to people who end up being tyrant leaders. Eventually, the people will turn on you.
Right.
I think it would have inevitably happened because we would have caught on to what he was doing, and I think that some type of a rebellion would occur. I mean, you look at the slaves, Nat Turner,
Yeah.
them. Eventually, it happens, but I'm glad that, and I'm glad that God saw a different plan to the point where we didn't have to do that, and that Eligio Bishop was always set up to destroy himself. We just didn't know that it was gonna turn out like this.
Yeah. And it's so funny that he got like he had he made sure of different things. Like you said, he made sure everybody was like kind of against each other, and it's just crazy how he just like. Do you think he studied some stuff?
I wouldn't be able to know because, like, I use the example of a bully in school. A person that is bullying kids in school is using manipulation techniques, but they didn't study them. You know what I'm saying? You can't see somebody in six. There's a set. You know, you got kids in middle school that's bullying. You got kids in elementary school bullying. They ain't read no books. But I think that sometimes it is innate to be manipulative and controlling. But I also can't say that he didn't read anything or watch anything because I just don't have that information. So I just think that we don't know.
Wow.
We don't know.
Because it seemed like he mastered everything. It's like he mastered everything that he wanted to work in his way. That's why I asked that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
But
it is. Then and my thing is that people be aware of these techniques and strategies when it's being used upon them, because they can happen in your one-on-one relationships. They can happen with you and your mama and your daddy, and they can happen at your job.
wow. Mm-mm. It's so crazy because I also said on her panel, like, when I join his live on Instagram, he'll say my whole name. Like, I'll be like, oh my God, you see my Instagram name? Why are you saying my whole name?
Oh, my boy put you out there first, middle, and last
I'm
name.
telling you. So, so he,
Shaniqua Dante Johnson. Is that you? From
right,
Ohio?
man,
109 Miller Street, 31721. God, dog.
right. He say my whole name, but then I said, what's up, Edgar? And he was like, don't call me that. That's not my name. My parents gave me that name, but then again, them not my parents. My parents is a son. And I'm like, you got Jax on Instagram, but you got Edgar Lewis Bright Jr.
On Facebook.
on Facebook because you know who you are. You know exactly who you are. And if you wanted to denounce that name, why do you have it on Facebook? Like, you have Junior and everything. So
Even
you know that that's your daddy name.
even his so-called leader, his Instagram name is Eligio Bishop.
Right, his real name. Like,
That don't make no sense.
I don't think you be watching. I know you don't be watching their lives because I be
No, boy, I can't watch their lives. I can't watch them, boy, because it don't make no because when he said that his parents weren't his parents and that that wasn't his name, that's called a thought stopping cliche. So it
Mm,
prevents him from examining the truth of what you said. That's why you hear Juju say stuff like, "I gotta protect my subconscious with it." That just means I can allow myself to explore the facts of what you said, even though they claim to be a group of people who are objective.
yeah, I think he had like turned his comments off
Yeah,
or something. He didn't
that's
want
a
to see.
thought. Yeah, he can't allow himself to explore ideas that show that what he's doing is wrong.
Mm, wow. I just knew, like, I didn't. I kind of like. I had a feeling he was gonna cut his hair, but then I was like, because you want to have faith in him, as people that know them. But Janae had came up and said that he was gonna do it, and I'm like, I don't think he gonna do it, but I do think he thought about it though, until the next day, cause
Well, I don't know if they are in contact with Eligio Bishop or not. But I told myself, I said, I know Juju said he wasn't gonna cut his hair. I said, if your chief tell you to cut your hair, you gonna do it.
right,
You understand what I'm saying? So I don't even know why he flexed out on the internet for.
like he wasn't gonna do it.
Like he wasn't gonna do it. Like I'm like, if your chief tell you to cut your hair, you gonna do it. But I thought also that might have been his personal boundary that would have
Mm.
caused him to leave. Like, nah, bro, this don't make no sense, dog.
That's what I was
Especially
going. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, maybe he gonna sit there and be like, why would we cut our hair?
right. That don't make no sense. Like, why do we have to disconnect ourselves from, of course, I'm speaking from their perspective. Why do
Hmm.
we have to cut our connection to God just because you lost yours?
Right.
That don't make no sense. Like, I thought and then he be the main one talking about some keep the knowledge. Don't keep the knowledge mean keep your hair?
But and then if y'all was so distraught about it, like if y'all was so distraught, like why would they cut his antenna and all this and that? Why would y'all go and do
That
it?
would mean you would probably value yours more, right?
Right.
You would want to keep yours, but it's beyond because that's what carbonation ain't about. No doggone knowledge. Carbonation is about Eligio Bishop is right and the world is wrong. Period. Period. Everything else is interchangeable depending upon the agenda at hand. If
Mm-mm-mm.
melanin matters, if melanin being something important makes us look better, then yeah, we'll talk about it. If it doesn't, we won't.
That's crazy.
It's interchangeable. It's interchangeable. It's like plug and play.
Right.
Plug and play.
Yeah. I just knew that he was gonna sit there and like think about it. Like, why are we
He
cutting our hair? I don't
had
even
to. He
care.
had to think about it because he would have never said I'm not cutting it,
Mm-hmm.
which means you
Exactly.
entertain the idea of it being cut.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I'm telling you, I have my own personal relationship with God now, and He told me that even though it may look one way, you don't know what the ultimate outcome gonna be.
Yeah.
And He told me that whatever the outcome is, that's what it was always gonna be anyway. And you ain't gotta go out here thinking that you have any type of responsibility in it. You ain't gotta make no video. That's why I blow up my YouTube channel up. I pour gasoline on that joker and
That's
set it
insane.
ablaze.
That's
I
actually insane, Aaron.
what?
You know, I
What?
look for it because, like you kind of like the only person that kind of speak out in the better light of telling the story. Nobody else really do that.
Interested in a great read? Check out Greatness is a Habit authored by AaronDixon, also known as True. Many of you know him as True. He has authored this amazing read. The book is available on Apple Books. Get your copy today and stay motivated to win.
Out in the better light of telling the story. Nobody else really do that. Solar, he talk in circles, and you don't never know what he's talking about for real. And no nobody else really speak out. So with you just making a YouTube and talking about it, it gave people like a better light at everything. So when you said that you deleted it, I was like, what
Y'all
the?
better catch me on Instagram.
And Kendra was on the panel too. She said she was mad. She was mad at.
Hey, listen, man. I listen. I'm picking me first every time because I went through a series of years thinking somebody else knew what was best for me. God told
Right.
me to blow my YouTube, but now y'all ain't got nothing to say. I know how to shut all y'all down. God told me to get rid of the YouTube channel. You don't need to do it because the T already got it. Lisa already got it. And Medaya already got it.
Yeah.
God said you don't need to do Instagram. Don't save nothing. If they there, it's for them. If it ain't, then it ain't. So y'all take that up with God.
Yeah. I can understand where you're coming from. Like if y'all catch it, y'all catch it. If
Don't
y'all don't,
catch
y'all
it.
don't. Yeah.
The T and Medea and Lisa, sometimes they recorded. Then that was the one that needed to be recorded. I'm not
Yeah.
about to, God said, stop trying to record everything. You ain't gotta capture everything.
Yeah.
The ones that need it, they'll be there. The ones that don't, they don't.
And why is Juju going so hard when he was like the lowest of the lowest of he never really got attention. I could tell from watching. I wasn't even there. Like he didn't seem very much important to Eligio. So I'm just trying to figure out why he going so hard.
Well, I tell you this, I'm not no psychologist, but I give you my opinion. It
Mm-hmm.
is true that Juju's value is insignificant, not as a person
Yeah.
pertaining to carbonation. Eligio was on the phone in jail and told Juju and Jax, I don't know why y'all still there.
Oh, he did.
Yes, he told them boy to their face because it was me, Jax, Juju, Caliber, and Amar, the guy who ended up passing away.
Mm-hmm.
And we was in a meeting. Eligio said, Juju and Jax, I don't know why y'all even still here. And they was fighting to stay. They was saying they ain't got nothing to go back to. But he had them boys leave and gone about their business. Then ultimately he told Amar ended up leaving in the middle of the night. And then Ishmael, it was just me and Ishmael. He told Ishmael, you need to go on, do your own thing, brother.
Wow.
And I was
So
the
he knew who he
only
wanted to
person
be.
there. And Juju and Jax, I don't know why they came back or what Eligio told them, but Eligio don't care nothing about them boys. He don't care nothing about them.
That's crazy.
But as far as, you know what I'm saying, people finding value in my method of delivery, y'all just gonna have to catch me on IG, man. That just is what it is, man. But oh, and another thing, my opinion on why they going so hard is because they feel like they beat me and and Courtney and Dalen, because before they came, they looked up to us.
Yeah.
You know, they looked at us like, oh, they 18, man. Then they've been there. You know, I ain't never left. You know, I'm one of the few. I think me and Courtney and Dalen, we never left. So in carbonation, that's like a badge of honor. Man, you was here the whole 4 years and you never left. You was here the whole 5 years. So Juju and Jax in their cult identity feel like they're doing something that I couldn't do. And so to them, they may feel stronger. They may feel like, you know what I'm saying, they have more strength and ability and intelligence. And also Eligio Bishop probably sold them this bullcrap story that when it's all said and done, they gonna get all these wives and that they gonna be the generals of carbonation and they gonna be leading all these men. The same thing he tried to tell me. And so it's some type of promise, some type of reward that they're hanging on to, or some type of fear that if they don't see this thing through, they gonna end up in hell. He done probably told them that, you know, I'm suffering right now, and the reason you see they still talking about me, they can't let me go. They still suffering. You know, something he done told them that
Mm-hmm.
has warped why I'm still talking about them into this belief that, see, there ain't nothing else out there. If there was something else out there, he would have just moved on with his life. You would love for me to move on with my life so that people wouldn't be able to get a full view and understanding of who you were. I'm messing up y'all PR campaign. Because the more we talk out, the more of a chance that somebody else will be deterred from joining carbonation. But if we just don't say nothing, somebody might just unsuspectingly believe what Eligio Bishop is saying or what the wives are saying. He would love for, and also prisoners are listening.
Yeah. That's why, that's the first time I heard that with him telling them to leave. I mean, well, why y'all still
Man,
here?
he told them boys straight up on the phone on jail call. Juju and Jess, I don't know why y'all even here. And he done told me he done told me, you know, the vision of where carbonation was going. And Juju, I told Juju, I said, bro, when me and Bishop used to talk about the future plans of carbonation, your name was not included.
Okay, guys, now we're going to get into the next video in this compilation featuring Aaron, aka True. But before we get into it, let's take care of a few housekeeping items. Have you smashed the like button yet? If you haven't, please go ahead and smash it for me one time. Also, are you already subscribed to the channel? If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing today. Set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I go live or add new content.
Be dead, or you'll be exhausted and bored with giving this so much of your life when it has nothing to do with you directly. So I think about the long game. It's great now. It's exciting now. It's fun now. But you're going to feel like a bag of dicks when you look up 25, 30 years from now and you still following carbonation. I'm talking about something I lived. You're talking about something you watched. Stark differences. Very different. Significant contrast.
Have you checked out our new merch? Support the Medaya movement, where comfort is our main goal. Let your wardrobe be a reflection of your finesse and personal flair. With every thread woven with care, our apparel is designed to not just look great, but feel great too. We believe in celebrating every body type with our diverse range of stylish, high-quality clothing. We are not just selling merch, we're curating confidence, ensuring you step out in style every single day. Experience the blend of fashion-forward trends and timeless classics in our collections. And with our inclusive sizing, you'll find the perfect fit that makes you feel confident and fabulous. Embrace the Medaya movement experience today. Shop now. The link is in the bio.
No, that's what they're going to feel like. And as it pertains to other people in carbonation, you guys got to ask yourself, why do you care so much? Like, you got to, like back to my original subject earlier today about valuing your time. I get it, guys. I know this is interesting, and I know you guys may be concerned with certain people, but don't forget about your life, y'all. Because I think that some of y'all is too like y'all are more invested in this than me, and I was there. And it's like, why do you? I think the bigger question is not so much about why these people are doing certain things and why they're acting a certain type of way. I think the bigger question when you about to die is, why did I let it occupy so much of my life? That's going to be the question. Like, it doesn't matter what people are doing. It doesn't matter if you agree with them. It doesn't matter if it looks crazy. It's going to be about, why did I let it occupy so much of my time at the end of the day? No, not like that, Riku. I'm just saying, there's a lot of things on the internet. There's a lot of things to get caught up in. I understand. I literally just said that. What would Jesus do? Probably not disrespect you. I'm going to go with Jesus. I said that. I'm saying that even though it may be interesting, even though it may be compelling, at the end of the day, you still have to ask yourself, why does it occupy so much of my life? Because there's a lot of interesting things out there. Why am I so upset? You understand? I can understand why I'm upset. I was there. I was there. I sat next to these people. I watched what you watched online happen in real life. I seen things that you did not see. Imagine, right? I'm going to give y'all an example. Watching the Super Bowl online and being at the Super Bowl. Two different things. Having your father at your graduation, in the seats, and having your father on FaceTime. It's a very distinct difference between being there and watching it. And I just think, hold on real quick. I just think that some people may be too invested into this as a spectator. That's all I'm saying. Precious Mar, I'm going to ask you one question, and depending upon your response, I'm going to let you go. Would you think that it would be entertainment if it was your daughter? Just basic question. It's just a basic question. If it was your daughter, exchange Zoka for your daughter, would it be entertainment? Or if it was your sister, would it be entertainment? I think that one of the things people miss, and you don't have to agree, it's fine. But you're being entertained by people's pain. I just want to put that out there. A lot of people don't want to go there. You're being entertained by people's pain. What does that say about you? Now, it's one thing to make jokes and laugh, but it's another thing to view this whole thing as an entertainment piece. I'm coming right back.